There was a time where people were crazy about Marvel and least interested in DC movies. But time has changed now as DC movies are creating huge buzz and craze even before their release. DC did huge promotions and marketing for The Flash, which raised many questions among the fans and audience as few started doubting the content of the movie and rest believing it to be good, as the makers even premiered movie weeks before the actual release. Now, after the release, I understood why the makers were so keen in promoting this movie so aggressively, as one could easily say this to be one of the best DC movies in the recent time. I would say not just DC, but this was one of the best superhero movies in the recent times. Apart from few scenes here and there, the overall movie was visually stunning and engaging right from the beginning till the end. Coming to the plot, Barry wants to save his father, who was wrongfully convicted of murdering his wife. Barry discovers he can travel back in time and believes he can save his mother by traveling back in time, and goes back to the past without knowing the consequences he had to face. So what happens when he travels back in time? Can he stop his mother's death? Will he be able to return from time? Forms the crux of the story. Director Andy Muschietti doesn't waste any time, as the movie starts with an entry of Barry followed by a wonderful action episode as Barry receives phone call from Alfred to save people from building collapse, as Batman is busy dealing a bunch of people who steals deadly virus, and all the other heroes are also busy saving the world. So right after this action sequence, the movie moves to the main plot where Barry travels back in time to save his mom, where he causes multiverses to collide. It sounds like any other Marvel or DC movies recently released, right? But not exactly, as the story and the screenplay was wonderful and makes every bit of it interesting to watch. The ability of Flash is displayed to the full extent, as we get to see some amazing action sequences and cool tricks. We don't just get to see Ezra Miller's ability as Flash in the movie, but the director manages to use him to the full extent, as we can see two Barrys with two different characterization, who does excel as both younger and older Barry. The funny conversations between the superhero Barry and the powerless Barry are enjoyable and bring some laughter. I can say this movie doesn't just satisfy the Flash fans, but also a surprise gift to the Batman fans, as we can see two Batmans where Michael Keaton has played the role after 31 years. The Batman action sequences were designed well, with some fascinating chase sequences, cool moves and stunts. Supergirl doesn't get too much screen space but manages to entertain audience and leaves lasting impression. However, the movie also has few shortcomings, as the second half lacks proper confrontation scene between the Flash, Supergirl, Batman and General Zod. Mainly, the entire climax sequence feels underwhelming, as the face-off involving General Zod and Supergirl wasn't powerful and feels rushed. Even the action sequence of Batman feels much better in other sequences compared to climax. Finally, the movie ends on a simple note that lacks excitement. On a final note, movie was mostly engaging with some terrific visuals and screenplay in the first half, but slightly let down in the second half, especially due to its climax. I would rate this movie 3.5 out of 5. Thanks for watching the video. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel for more such content. Thank you.